Northern Cape ANC chairperson John Block is back in the Provincial High Court today for sentencing in his fraud and corruption trial. Block and his company, Chisane Investments, were found guilty of fraud and money laundering last year. The company CEO, Christo Scholz, was also found guilty of corruption and money laundering. Scholz was found to have given Block cash and shares in one of Trifecta's subsidiaries. Block's house in Uppington was also renovated, and in exchange, Trifecta was awarded leases from government departments. Well, for more on this, we cross to our reporter Ulrich Hendricks, who's at the Kimberley High Court. Ulrich, good afternoon to you. So Block is back in court today for sentencing. There's been a motion to have his goods confiscated, but this is just one of the things in a long list of legal woes, so it's far from over for him, isn't it?
Yeah, no, definitely far from over. What happened this morning, as you mentioned earlier, is that the asset forfeiture unit lodged an application in the court to have assets of Christo Scholz and John Block's confiscated. So that will they have an attachment order already when they were charged. So they now want to confiscate this, permanently remove the assets from the accused. In Christo Scholz's assets, they said in the region between 600 and 700 million rand. They say that is the amount, more or less, that to be determined by court of the proceeds of the crimes that he was found guilty of. John Block, they estimate that to be in the region of 2.7 million that he received, and then the upgrades to his guest house, etc., in Uppington. So that's the amount that's being bandied about in court at the moment. The defense for Block and Scholz argue that the sequence of the applications are flawed, that the state should have brought this application the day after or shortly, but well before the sentencing procedure started. So because they need to use whatever is entailed or whatever is paid from the assets that they gathered within the mitigation of sentencing. So judge postponed the hearing until 3 o'clock this afternoon. She will then make an order whether to or not to proceed with the sentencing procedure or and as well the assets forfeitures unit's application to go ahead on the 2nd of May with the confiscation order.
And Ulrich, there's still quite a lot of interest in this case, isn't there? John Block is a prominent ANC member. He's said to have quite a bit of political clout.
Yeah, well, he was the ANC chair in the province for 2 terms, so that's more than a decade that he was the most powerful man within the ANC. He was also the economic development MEC, again a very powerful position within the provincial government. But he had a lot of clout. Everybody called him chief, even his cabinet colleagues in the ANC. So he was quite a powerful man. He was the go-to guy when you wanted to open a business, when you were looking at various ways of navigating the political landscape within the Northern Cape. So he still have a lot of clout. This morning when he came in, he came alone, unlike past in previous appearances where he was an MEC. He came with the entourage, bodyguards, etc. This morning he came alone. There were about 10 people this morning, 9 o'clock. But it has grown steadily. The public gallery of the courtroom is now basically full again. Very prominent people again. His former co-accused, Alvin Botha, is also in court. He's still an MEC, and then various civil servants, including HODs, and of course the rank and file within the ANC, also attending this court case.
All right, Ulrich, thank you very much. That's our reporter Ulrich Hendricks live from the Magistrates Court in Kimberley.